Hollywood's most glamorous faces often mask the darkest truths. Behind the red carpets and designer gowns lies a reality filled with fear, manipulation, and control. For years, the sudden and tragic death of Brittany Murphy left fans, friends, and investigators puzzled. She was a rising star, taken far too soon, in circumstances that never quite added up. But now, a shocking twist has emerged. The recent legal firestorm surrounding music mogul Diddy Combs may be cracking open, doors that have remained sealed for over a decade. As raids and lawsuits pull back the curtain on what many are calling a blackmail empire, speculation is growing that Brittany Murphy's case could finally receive the scrutiny it deserves. Could the same power structures accused of controlling narratives and burying scandals be responsible for Brittany Murphy's mysterious death? Could this be the catalyst for exposing a deep and dangerous Hollywood network? Welcome back to Celebrew, where today we explore how the Diddy trial could unravel secrets hidden behind red carpets and velvet ropes, and why Ashton Kutcher might not be safe from the fallout. When Brittany Murphy passed away in 2009 at just 32 years old, the world was stunned. She wasn't just another celebrity, Brittany was America's sweetheart. Quirky, vibrant, and immensely talented. From her breakout role as Ty in Clueless to her intense performance in Girl Interrupted, she proved she could master both comedy and drama. Her career, however, was entering a tumultuous phase in her final years. The official cause of her death was listed as pneumonia, anemia, and a combination of prescription drugs. Just 5 months later, her husband Simon Monjack died under the same roof and with similar causes. For the public, it was a bizarre coincidence. For conspiracy theorists, and increasingly for investigators, it was a red flag. In her final months, Brittany reportedly became reclusive and paranoid. Some friends claimed she believed she was being watched. Others noticed changes in her health, mood, and weight. Her mother, Sharon Murphy, lived with the couple and later alleged that toxic mold in their Hollywood Hills mansion could have caused both deaths. But that claim was dismissed by the coroner. Yet even now, her fans continue to question, how does someone so young, vibrant, and full of potential just collapse? Diddy's trial unleashes a torrent of secrets. In a separate but equally explosive development, the walls appear to be closing in on Diddy Combs. Once celebrated as a titan of the music industry, Diddy is now at the center of multiple legal investigations involving sex trafficking, illegal surveillance, and alleged blackmail. Law enforcement raids on his homes allegedly uncovered a cache of disturbing content. Sex tapes, surveillance footage, and detailed records of encounters involving celebrities, models, and executives. But most chilling of all, reports of a black book, a document that may contain names, dates, and transactions that could connect dozens of high-profile individuals. The emerging theory is that this wasn't just about Diddy. It was about an entire system, a ring of powerful figures who allegedly used secrets, sex, and surveillance to control, manipulate, and silence others. Hollywood has long been a fortress of silence. NDAs, hush money, and carefully coordinated PR machines help preserve reputations and hide misconduct. But what happens when someone sees too much? Many now believe Brittany Murphy may have stumbled into the orbit of this elite circle. Whether through personal relationships, overheard conversations, or unintended exposure, she may have known something. And once that happened, the pressure began. According to multiple sources, Brittany was increasingly afraid in her final months. Her behavior became erratic. She reportedly refused to go to the doctor, despite being visibly ill. Posthumous investigations uncovered that her home had no heating and that she was sleeping in freezing temperatures, conditions that exacerbated her pneumonia. But why wouldn't a successful Hollywood actress seek help? Was she afraid? Was someone preventing her? Ashton Kutcher, under fire, adding more complexity to this tangled web, is Ashton Kutcher, Brittany's ex-boyfriend and a man who has since become a tech mogul, anti-trafficking advocate, and Hollywood mainstay. In recent years, Kutcher has been praised for his work in combating child trafficking through his organization Thorn. But skeptics now point to troubling inconsistencies and connections. Some believe Kutcher's proximity to several controversial figures in the entertainment world raises eyebrows. During the height of the Diddy investigations, Ashton's name has started circulating online, not in official documents, but in forums and conspiracy communities that believe he may have knowledge of what's been happening behind the scenes. It's worth noting, Ashton has not been accused of any wrongdoing. However, in the court of public opinion, His silence on certain matters and ties to elite circles are being questioned. Could he have known more about Brittany's final days than he ever revealed? The Black Book's whispered contents. Let's talk about that infamous Black Book. According to unnamed sources close to the investigation, this ledger is said to contain damning details: names, contact information, dates, payments. It allegedly paints a picture of a secret web of influence that spans music, film, fashion, and politics. If what's rumored is true, the book doesn't just document crimes. It documents a system, a method for ensuring silence, compliance, and loyalty. And for those who resist, their reputations are destroyed, careers ended, and in some cases, lives cut short. Some believe that Brittany Murphy's name, or at least those close to her, could be referenced. If she saw something, said something, or simply refused to participate, that might have made her a target. Hollywood's pattern of mysterious deaths. Hollywood has seen far too many deaths that defy logic. Marilyn Monroe, Anna Nicole Smith, Heath Ledger, Whitney Houston. The patterns are eerily familiar: mental health struggles, substance use, and isolation. Official narratives tie these tragedies to lifestyle choices, stress, or accidents. But what if there's a darker thread connecting these stars? The Diddy trial has reignited discussions about institutional abuse in Hollywood. If Brittany's death was part of a larger system, one built to protect predators and punish dissenters, it would not be the first. These stars shined bright but burned out too soon, and the common denominator in many cases, they were women who challenged the norms, exposed hypocrisy, or threatened powerful interests. Investigators reopen old file. Sources suggest that renewed interest in Brittany's case has prompted unofficial reviews. Former detectives, private investigators, and journalists are revisiting the evidence. Some claim to have uncovered inconsistencies in the coroner's report. Others highlight that toxicology screens missed potential markers of poisoning. There are even whispers that a former associate of Simon Monjack is willing to speak out, suggesting that he too felt threatened in his final days. Could the reopening of Brittany's case lead to broader indictments or expose a cover-up? One documentary producer has reportedly filed a Freedom of Information Act request to obtain sealed files related to Murphy's death. If those files become public, they could ignite a firestorm of revelations. Public demand for justice online movements are gaining traction. Hashtags like Justice for Brittany and Hollywood Cover-Up are trending again. Fans who never believed the official story are now finding new allies in truth seekers and whistleblowers. Petitions calling for a full reopening of the case have gained tens of thousands of signatures. Influencers and YouTubers are covering the case with renewed passion. Even mainstream outlets are beginning to ask hard questions. This public pressure could be key. In the age of social media, stories don't die. They evolve, and Brittany's story is entering its most critical chapter yet. The system may finally be breaking. The old rules no longer apply. Secrets that once stayed buried are bubbling to the surface. The entertainment industry is in the midst of a reckoning, and the Diddy trial could be the trigger that collapses an empire of silence. The blackmail network, if proven real, could lead to mass arrests, lawsuits, and a rewriting of Hollywood's history books. Agents, producers, actors, and executives might all fall. And perhaps, finally, victims like Brittany Murphy will have their day of vindication. This isn't just about one woman, it's about every voice that was silenced, every career that was sabotaged, and every truth that was buried to protect the powerful. Stay tuned, stay aware. Brittany Murphy's death was more than a Hollywood tragedy. It may have been a warning. As the Diddy trial drags long-buried secrets into the light, the entertainment world is holding its breath. Justice might be slow, but it's catching up. If Brittany's case is reopened, it could bring closure to her fans, accountability to those who harmed her, and a powerful reminder that no amount of fame can protect those who exploit others forever. This is Celebrew. Stay tuned because the truth is louder than silence, and the spotlight is just beginning to shine where it was never meant to.